Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Or should we say bonjour et bienvenue à mon channel? Because today we're going to be doing a video that's slightly different and we're going to be talking about Paris, the city that I live in. I want to show you guys things in every single arrondissement that's not super touristy and obviously not hidden, because what can be hidden nowadays in this technology generation, but smaller attractions that I think are super fun, super enjoyable, and maybe a little less busy and tourist centric. So this is just gonna be part one, because if you don't know, there's 20 arrondissements in Paris and they are all vastly different. So today we're gonna be talking about 1 through 4 and then follow along to discover the other arrondissements avec moi. On y va? Let's start off at the very beginning, a very good place to start. Sound of Music quote. We're gonna start off with the first arrondissement, le premier. And obviously, since this is a first, it's a very tourist-centric area. It's obviously where the Louvre is. If you haven't heard of that museum, it's where the Mona Lisa, or La Joconde, what the French call it. If you don't know the Louvre, that's very surprising, but okay. Obviously, that's a huge museum. A museum that I prefer to go to is le Musée de la Lingerie. It's a museum that's a lot smaller. It's in the Tuileries Gardens. It's the home of Monet's water lilies. These paintings are some of my favorite paintings of all time. They are huge. Inside, the walls are actually curved, so the painting follows the curve of the wall, and you sort of are drawn into the space and drawn into the paintings, and it's beautiful. I highly recommend it. Also, stick with art. A little further away, closer to Châtelet, there's a place called 59 Rivoli. This is an artist gallery. It's free. You can go in. You can, of course, leave donations, which is recommended, but you can go in, and I believe there's 6 floors or 5 floors, and every single floor has at least 5, 6, 7 different artists. So you get to walk around and tour these artists, and sometimes they're there so you can talk to them about their paintings. Sometimes they're actually live painting and you can watch them. Just please be respectful. Please be respectful, and if they don't want their photo taken, or it says like no photos, obviously don't take photos. But it's really interesting to see the creativity and all the different kind of art that is available. You can actually also buy pieces there if something catches your eye. Next, there is Galerie Vero Doda. So this is a very little covered passage. There's so many covered passages in France, in Paris. These are really old world and romantic looking, because you go into this like alleyway basically that's super fancy, especially this one that has like Christian Louboutin, by Terry, like designer high-end stuff. And you just get transformed into like this other world, and you get to look at these high-end brands and window shop. It's a great place for window shopping or shopping if your budget allows. Next is Palais Royal. So Palais Royal is a garden space, but then also it has like this art installation, a permanent art installation with these towers. These towers are so fun. Every time I see them, they just make me happy. Tourists are always there taking pictures on them. It's a fun photo op. They usually see people jumping on the really tall ones to get up. But then also the garden is really pretty. It was seen in Emily in Paris, so if you are an Emily in Paris fan, you can get a picture of how she was when I think she met for the first time her best friend in the show, Mandy, I think it is. So it's a really cute little park. It is going to be one of the more touristy places, but it's still, in my opinion, worth going to see. Okay, now we're going to shift a little bit more into food. La nourriture. Kadawari ramen. This place is known as the best ramen in all of Paris. It's had this title for many years, and the inside is crazy. It's supposed to look like a traditional like food market, and so when you're in there, you're like, whoa. And like I said, the ramen is like top tier. A lot of people say that this is their favorite ramen in all of Paris. Next is Café Vele. This coffee shop, tea house has been around since 1880. This place has over 30 different coffee beans, coffee brews available. They have one type of coffee that's actually ingested from an animal and pooped out, and then they take that and they do something with it. I had no idea how it works. I'm not a coffee girl, but when I was there, my friends did try it and they said it was really good. So if you want animal poop coffee, it's there, you can try it. But if you want more normal coffee, they also have that. They also have pastries. They also have a huge selection of tea, and it's a very cute, it could be a very romantic daytime space. I would highly recommend it. It is a little expensive, especially because it is in the first arrondissement, but it's there. I think you should try it nonetheless. Okay, so that was the first arrondissement, and now we're moving to the second arrondissement, le 12e arrondissement. So the 12e is still very like central Paris. It's obviously right next to the first arrondissement. There's a lot of covered passages, like I previously mentioned in the first arrondissement. There's Passage de Grande Crève, Passage de Panoramas. That one, I'm not sure if I'm saying correctly. These passages actually lead into each other, so it's like actually one long line. And a lot of it is different kind of restaurants, different little shops. Sometimes there's shops selling old stamps or old books or old posters. So it's really fun to go and just see the different passages, see the different restaurants, do some window shopping. I really like just going there and having just a little walk through. Just instead of walking outside on the actual sidewalk, you can just walk through the passage and look at all the stuff that is available there. In one of the passages, there's a restaurant called Farine e Vignetti. I'm sorry for my Italian. This place is a pizza restaurant, but it's actually my favorite pizza restaurant in all of Paris. I've tried a lot of pizza restaurants. I'm sorry, but if you go to Pink Mama, it's beautiful, but it's gonna be filled with American tourists. The pizza is not the best in Paris, and it's expensive for what it is. Like I'm a Pink Mama hater, I'm sorry. So this Farine e Vignetti is my favorite pizza place. It has really, really, really good pizza. The staff is really nice, and the location in the Passage just adds to the coolness of the restaurant. So if you're looking for a pizza place in Paris, I would really highly recommend this one. I have to talk about Le Palais Garnier, the opera house. Go inside the opera house. It is stunning. Just be warned, when you go inside, there's so many people there for photo ops. People get really dressed up to go in and take photos. So if that's something that you want to do it. Just be warned, you and hundreds of other people will be there doing the exact same thing that you're doing. So maybe it would be best to go at times that it's like either right when it opens or maybe right when it closes, so maybe that you can avoid the crowds. But just know, going in there, it's going to be busy. But the building itself is art. Inside, there's not a nook or cranny that isn't beautiful. The ceilings, the walls, the staircases, everything is stunning. And if you have the opportunity to actually see a live performance there, I think I've seen 2 ballets now there. It's just such an experience. You feel so fancy. You feel like Anastasia, like the princess. Like you just feel like you're in this other world. It's such an amazing experience. So if you can see a ballet or an opera or any kind of a performance when you are in Paris there, I would highly recommend it. Feel free to dress up. One time I was there and people were in costume pieces, like historical 1800s costume pieces, which surprised me because usually the French don't do dress up costumes, but it's fun. Like it's romantic, it's nostalgic. I don't think that you should miss the opera house. So let's talk about, it's funny when you recommend just a street when you're talking about a tourist thing, but Rue Montorgueil, that word, if a word has too many vowels in it, I struggle with it, so don't make fun of my accent. This road is just really nice. It has a bunch of bars and restaurants and flower shops and cheese shops and ice cream shops. Like it's just a nice road to have a stroll down, and if you're looking for somewhere to eat or looking for somewhere to get some groceries or flowers, it's just a nice street to stroll down. It's not like, obviously there's nothing tourist attraction about it, but it is a street that I would recommend, or I would take a friend to if they were visiting. So check it out. It has an ice cream shop called Broom, and my husband said that it had the best pistachio ice cream that he's ever had. So, and my husband does not do sweets, so it was like a high review from him for that. And then lastly, for the second arrondissement is a place called Harry's bar. Harry's is the oldest cocktail bar in Paris, and it was the founding location of, I believe, the Bloody Mary, or maybe the French 75. One of the cocktails, like a traditional to us now cocktails, was invented in this bar, and it's beautiful on the inside. I was there once. It is a little pricey, so you're definitely going to see the inside and experience the vibe. The staff is very bilingual, so if you can't speak French, do not worry about that. Here it's very easy to order and to have a drink, or I don't know if they do dinner, but don't worry about the language barrier at this place. I would highly recommend going. As you can see, the inside is beautiful. I had one cocktail there, it was good. I think that it would be a lovely place to go for a date or a girls' night if you're here in Paris. Let's go into the third arrondissement, le troisième, also known as part of the Marais. The Marais is people's favorite arrondissement. A lot of people love the Marais, and for good reasons. It's very Parisian. It's very the vibes that you want when you come to Paris that you can find in the Marais. A place that's talked about a lot is le marché des enfants rouges. It's an open air food market, so you have a bunch of little restaurants that have their stalls. It's really cute. If you've ever been to Philadelphia, it's sort of kind of like a Reading Terminal Market. So you can go up and try some things from this stall, try some things from this stall. There's tables so that you can sit. Just be warned, it does get super busy because it's a small space, so it does get packed very, very quickly. But I think the vibes and the experience is something that you cannot miss, and it has really good food there. So it's for me, a 10 out of 10 experience and just a fun time. Next, the Picasso Museum. I honestly, before moving to Paris, did not know Paris had a Picasso museum. Also, I'm not the biggest Picasso fan. I like some of his pieces, some of his other pieces lose me. But just because they have the quantity of pieces that they have, the museum is quite large, and you see his work throughout the different years, and it's really, really interesting. So I would highly recommend going to the Picasso Museum, whether you are a Picasso fan or not. I think it's a really good experience. Some of his pieces are really stunning, more so in person than when you see them printed out. So please check out the Picasso Museum. If you're looking for shopping, you can go to many different places in the Marais, but a street that I really like is Rue Ville du Temple. This street has a lot of different shops on it, a lot of brands that, yes, may be international, but then there's also some French. I just think it's a really good shopping street. It is quite long, and there's a bunch of different shops. There's jewelry shops, sunglass shops, shoe stores, makeup, skincare. There's a huge variety, which is why this street for me is a really a preferred street. If I'm going shopping, I do like to browse and window shop on this street, also just to get ideas. Also, a lot of times the girls in this neighborhood are very well dressed, so it's also nice to see where they are going into stores and where they're shopping, just to get some more inspiration. So I would highly recommend, if you are in the Marais and you're looking for shopping, go to this street and just explore. Just go store by store and look at the different shops, and I guarantee you will find some fun pieces. This is also, again, a little street that's not touristy, but it's a beautiful little street if you want to get pictures that there's not going to be a lot of people there, and that's Passage de l'Anarch. It's honestly just this little passage with these little trees and these little shops. When I was there was nobody, because I've never even heard of this before until I saw it. Just randomly, I paused and I looked down and I was like, oh, this is cute, let me go explore. There's, I want to say 4 or 5 different little either stores or businesses that have spaces back there, but otherwise it's this quiet little passage, and it is beautiful. So if you want to have a photo op moment, maybe check this area out and you can go in and take your photos and get a cute little Instagram post. And then lastly, if you're looking for a coffee shop in the third, I would highly recommend Café Berry. Every time I'm there, the staff is always quite nice, which is sometimes difficult when you're in Paris. Sometimes the staff is a little Parisian, but this is a coffee shop that's super popular. It has a wide variety of different coffee, drinks, teas. They always have a lot of baked goods. They also have some savory like brunch options. And every time I'm there, I just have a pleasant experience. Actually, one time we were there, it was during Fashion Week as well, and Jared Leto walked by, so that was interesting. But yeah, I really like this coffee shop. It's in a really cute street, and you have a little alley that you can also sit in. So there's space both inside and outside to sit. And I would just highly recommend this cafe if you're looking for a coffee. So lastly for this video, we're going to talk about the 4th arrondissement, the 4e arrondissement. So this is also known as the Marais. The Marais is kind of split into 2 arrondissements. The 4th is slightly different though. And we're actually going to start not actually in the Marais, but a little bit lower. And that is the Marché aux Fleurs de Paris. So this is like a line of outdoor stalls that sell flowers. And it's beautiful. You walk by and obviously it smells delicious because there's so many fresh flowers. It's just a cute little experience. You can obviously go and take some pictures there. It's really nice. I believe it's open every single day, but it's not open all day. So if you do want to go, just check to see what time it is open. But again, I think it's a fun little stop by and see, and it's located not too far also from the, what is the name of the church? Notre Dame. Oh my god, so famous. And just, if you're looking for a street to walk down in the 4th, I would highly recommend Rue des Roussiers. This street just has like a mix of shops, restaurants, bars, and it's just a really good street to explore and discover new things here in Paris. It also has the best falafel, the best falafel in Paris, the best Lebanese food, and that is Las du Falafel. This restaurant always has a queue. The line is so long because it's known as the best falafel in all of Paris. So if you are a vegetarian like I am, you might want to check it out and just have a peruse along this street. There's also a lot of thrift stores here, there's bookstores, so it's just a good place to do some more shopping if you are about that vibe. Lastly is Place des Vosges. So this is like a small courtyard. It's very, very Parisian. It's a great place if you want to come and bring like a little picnic and eat on a bench, or I'm pretty sure you can eat on the grass as well. It's surrounded by these like square of beautiful apartments. It's very old money French Parisian. It's stunning. It has a big fountain. It's just such a beautiful location. I believe one of the carrots, the place with the famous hot chocolate, is also located there. So if you want to go get a hot chocolate and then go sit in the park for a little bit, it's just a pleasant place to sunbathe and just have a little pause from all the walking that you probably are doing here in Paris. So that is all the recommendations that I have between the 1st and 4th arrondissement. Please come back to see my recommendations for the other 16, because I have many more opinions and recommendations for the other neighborhoods. And if you have any other questions, maybe you're visiting Paris for the first time, maybe you're visiting Paris for the 10th time, and you just want to know other locations that I might have in mind, please leave me a comment. I will of course let you know different places that I would recommend and I think you should go to. And until the next time, have a nice day and à la prochaine. Bisous bisous.